Hello, this is Kyle Venegas again. This is the lesson plan with procedure instructional procedure presentation. So I will be using the KWL chart procedure. So the way this works is that you introduce a new topic or a new text selection when you're introducing the KWL chart. You want to explain what that is. The next step is you want to identify what students know about the topic, brainstorming and whatnot, and what things they think they know. From there, you want students to generate their own questions about what are the words that are most important, what is most interesting for me to learn, which is a pivotal thing because students are going to want to learn those words, are going to need to want to learn those words that are necessary, that they see as important. Fourth is to anticipate the organization and structure of the ideas that the author is likely to use in the text selection. And this is pretty much just context, not context. It's pretty much just being able to identify the structure and how that will help you identify the words. And then lastly is read the text to answer the questions. Again, this is more about context, about reading the passage, what was important. Now I have context, now I can answer that question. Now with my lesson plan, I'm going a little bit out of order in the far as the way I'm doing it, because I had my students read the text before and underline the words that they were unfamiliar with, or words that are just vocabulary terms, but pretty much words that they're unfamiliar with. And that's gonna be the step 3 in the procedure, which is about generating questions. These are words that they're not familiar with, concepts that they're maybe interested in. That's going to be step 3. And so I have that as in the pre-assessment. And then in the presentation, where they're going to the presentation, the high structure practice, where they're going to do the what they know and what they want to know, that is going to be in the high structured practice, and that's step 2. Step 1 has already been initiated in the previous lesson plan. That was their homework before the pre-assignment. So that was already introduced. We just, in the high structure practice, we did step 2. Step 3 was the underlining, because the things that they're interested in, the things that they want to learn more about. What I was really did is I combined 4 and 5, and I had my students work on the words in context. So that is this chart right here. So I wanted my students to write the word in the context of the sentence, break down the word, what are the roots of the word, what are the other words that have similar roots or suffixes or prefixes, and then come up with your own definition. And this can also be used strictly in context, but that's kind of how that procedure works. And then at the very end, I have the L, what we learned. So overall, what they learned in their lesson plan. So pretty much, the KWL chart is really good for introducing new information and for really getting students to find out what they're interested in learning, at least the procedure. It can be used in many different ways. But that's how I used it for my lesson plan. Thank you so much.